Don't start it. How can you tell when there's been a new Windows update? When my waiting room doesn't play properly. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, the middle of the week, hump day. Can we make it to the weekend? Will we survive the weekend? Will we keep telling Trump he's a total idiot and Kim Jong-un is 3 plates short of a proper picnic setting? Who knows at this point? All I know is around my neighborhood here in Georgia, we have an all-points bulletin out on Noah because it's been raining for the past 3 days, and I hear he has key boat building skills. Let's see who I'm saying good morning to this morning. Let me see. We've got a Mariel. We've got a Wolf Girl. We had a trigger warning earlier as well. Hi, Adam. Good morning, Mitch. Hey, Jason. Hey, Panina. Hey, Pagan Butterfly. And there's Mad Panda, who is in the future without a TARDIS. How does he do it? Who knows? Hello, Posmatic. Yes, Donald Trump is the best, but he does tend to have a little bit of foot-in-mouth disease. Sometimes he makes good points, and sometimes you look at his Twitter feed and go, did somebody slip something a little extra in your coffee this morning, Mr. President? So, hey, fuckwad, oh, you're at work. Well, at least you can listen, right? There's going to be a few things that we're going to discuss before I get into the news. One is it has become apparent to me that no matter how much I try and condense this down to about half an hour, it keeps going for about 40, sometimes 45 minutes. That doesn't mean the smoke crack. So I'm thinking about making it either 45 minutes long or an hour. I may put a survey out there on Twitter to see if you guys wouldn't mind the news show being an hour long so we can cover more news. And as you can see from the beginning of the video, my computer went, no, it doesn't like the new update because it didn't even play the whole waiting room before it started glitching out. So good morning, Milk. All right, let me see. Good morning, Thrax. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can get started with this morning. Quick news this morning. Vote fraud allegations leaves Kenya embroiled in violent protests. Let me put on my eyeballs this morning. After allegations of fraud by Raila Odinga, yeah, that's his name, the opposing leader in the country's election, Kenya broke out in violent protests. In the capital on Wednesday, he accused the government of employing hackers of using the identity of a murdered official to tap into the election commission and manipulate the results. After the results were in, the poll showed President Uhuru Kenyatta, I wonder if that's where idiot got his Uhuru from, with a wide lead over Odinga for a second term. The violence was reminiscent of the 2007 vote where more than 1,000 people were killed. Odinga lost the election in 2007 and again when he ran into 2013. So he's claiming tampering, but he can't seem to beat this guy. I guess he hasn't considered the fact that it might be him. Maybe. Just a little bit. Just a teeny, tiny bit. Yeah, I could pre-record it. Let me see here. I'll get this and clean off my glasses. You can leave glasses where there's presumably no dirt anywhere. Pick them up and have to clean them off. Right? Uhuru. Uhuru! Isn't that what idiot says? I don't know. Philip Daniel. Kenya is considered one of the leading lights of democracy in the continent. This should tell you something. And good morning, Philip Daniel. Thank you for that. Russian hackers get around, man. Sure looks like it, Neil. Sure sounds like it. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Before I get to the really big one, we're going to cover a couple of smaller ones. Man arrested in search for driver who hit French soldiers. This is out of Levallois-Perret, France. French police arrested a man Wednesday in search for a driver who slammed his BMW into soldiers in a Paris suburb Wednesday, injuring 6 of them in what appeared to be a carefully timed ambush before speeding away, officials said. The driver's motive was unclear, but officials said he deliberately aimed at the soldiers, and counterterrorism authorities opened an investigation. None of the soldiers had life-threatening injuries, authorities said. It was the latest of several attacks targeting security forces guarding France over the past year. While others have targeted prominent sites like the Eiffel Tower, Wednesday's attack hit the leafy, relatively affluent suburb of Levallois-Perret, that is home to France's main intelligence service, the GSI. Authorities checked video surveillance of the area near the city hall, Levallois, northeast of Paris, and police fanned out around the French capital and stopped numerous cars as they searched for the attacker. Most were released, but in one case, police stopped a car on the A16 highway and arrested the driver and were verifying his possible links to attack, according to 2 police officials. One said the arrest was violent, and police fired at the suspect to subdue him. The officials weren't authorized to be publicly named because of an ongoing police operation. Let me see. Do it. Mitch Ripper, alternate headline. French military surrenders to oncoming traffic. I like that. 3 of the soldiers hit in the morning attack were slightly injured, while 3 were more seriously hurt, but their lives weren't in danger, according to the defense ministry. The defense minister said she received reassuring news about their condition Wednesday afternoon. The soldiers were from the 35th Infantry Regiment and served in Operation Sentinelle, created to guard French sites after a string of deadly Islamic extremist attacks in 2015. And now that I said Islamic extremist attacks, there goes my monetization. Woot woot. French counterterrorism prosecutors opened an investigation aimed at pursuing perpetrators on charges of attempted murder of security forces in connection with a terrorist enterprise, the Paris prosecutor's office said. The move means authorities believe the attack was deliberate, really, what gave you that impression, and planned with a terrorist motive. French President Emmanuel Macron discussed the attack at a previously scheduled top-level security meeting Wednesday morning. He has pledged to boost military spending and entrench security measures after a string of Islamic extremist attacks since 2015. Interior Minister Gérard Collomb said the attack shows the importance of a new terrorism law permanently enshrining some aspects of the state of emergency in place of France since 2015. All right, so that's what's going on in France. All right, hackers demand ransom for HBO data. I'm sure you guys have heard from this from other sources. This is the AP talking about this right now. So it says, out of New York, a group of hackers posted a French cache of stolen HBO files online Monday and demanded a multi-million-dollar ransom from the network to prevent the release of entire television series and other sensitive proprietary files. HBO, which had previously acknowledged the theft of proprietary information, said it's continuing to investigate and is working with police and cybersecurity experts. In a swaggering 5-minute video from Mr. Smith to HBO, CEO Richard Plepler? Wow, what a last name. Included in the dump, the hackers used white text scrolling on a black background to deliver an ultimatum. In short, pay up within 3 days or see the group, which claims to have stolen 1.5 terabytes of HBO shows and confidential corporate data, upload entire series and sensitive proprietary files. Good morning, White Girl McNugget. How are you doing this morning? Nope, never pay random hackers. They'll just keep asking for more money. Yep, that is true. Specifically, the hackers demanded our 6-month salary in Bitcoin and claimed they earned $12 million to $15 million a year from blackmailing organizations whose networks they have penetrated. They said they would only deal directly with Richard and only send one letter detailing how to pay. The dump itself was just 3.4 gigabytes, mostly technical data that appears to provide a topography of HBO's network and to list network administrator episodes, including one upcoming episode and a month's worth of email, apparently from the account of Leslie Cohen, HBO's vice president for film programming. Let me see here. The network reiterated Monday that it doesn't believe that its email system as a whole has been compromised. The video text was written in often flawed but fluent English, peppered with misspellings and pop culture references. Why does that not surprise me? Recent ransom letter? I mean, really, have somebody proofread it in your group, or are all of you functionally illiterate? The hackers claimed it took them about 6 months to breach HBO's network. Their biggest threat appears to be dumping videos of future shows online with their logo HBO is falling superimposed. Many of the more than 50 internal documents in the dump were labeled confidential, including a spreadsheet against the network, job offer letters to several top executives, slides discussing future technology plans, and a list of 37,977 emails called Richard's contact list, an apparent reference to Plepler. Let me see. One screenshot labeled highly confidential by the hackers listed folders such as Penguin Random House, listing in retail, legal, international, and budgets. Another document appears to contain the confidential cast list for Game of Thrones, listing personal cell phone numbers and email addresses for actors such as Peter Dinklage, Lena Headey, and Emilia Clarke. So far, however, the HBO leaks have been limited, falling well short of the chaos inflicted on Sony in 2014. In that attack, hackers possibly associated with North Korea unearthed thousands of embarrassing emails and released personal information, including salaries and social security numbers of nearly 50,000 current and former Sony employees. The video later uploaded Monday claimed the hackers spend $500,000 a year to purchase zero-day exploits that let them break into networks through holes not yet known to Microsoft and other software companies. It claims HBO is the hackers' 17th largest and that only 3 of their past targets refused to pay. So there we go. Good morning, Jimmy Hats. Thank you for wandering in this morning. Yeah, everybody's okay with spoilers, but the other shit, yeah, you're right. It's totally screwed. And if you fall asleep, that's okay. You've probably been up all night. And you're probably tired, which means you need to fix your sleep schedule unless you work nights. And then in that case, oh, I can't say anything about that. Because if you work graveyard shift, then you sleep during the day. Good morning, Malachite. Russian hackers hack North Korean hackers to give us this hack. That's a good one. I like that. All right. And now for the top morning. We're going to start with an NPR newscast. You may have to turn up your computers for this, because no matter how much I turn it up on my system, it doesn't ever seem to be loud enough for anybody else. So here we go.
North Korea may be the most serious national security challenge of the young Trump presidency, and the stakes are rising. President Trump delivered this morning to Pyongyang yesterday.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
Within hours, North Korea delivered a reply. It's considering a missile strike against the U.S. territory of Guam. And in a separate development, there's word that North Korea may have produced a nuclear warhead small enough to be delivered by a missile. That's according to the Washington Post, who wrote the story. With us now is NPR national security correspondent Mary Louise Kelly. Thanks for being here.
Hey, good morning, Elsa.
So let's start with this news that North Korea successfully produced a miniaturized nuclear warhead. If that's true, is that a game changer?
If that is true, that is a key threshold that we know North Korea has been trying to cross. I mean, we know that they have conducted 5 nuclear tests to us. We know they have been testing missiles at an unprecedented rate, including 2 just last month. Now, there are still challenges. Can this nuclear-armed missile, can it survive re-entry, for example? However, if you were looking at the thresholds North Korea needs to cross on the path to being a full nuclear weapons power, this is a big one.
All right, so that's a little snippet of what's going on the NPR this morning. And this leads us to the news story that I actually wrote this morning while I was, sorry about that, something fell off the table, while I was caffeinating myself. I know that's low. I've been trying to get it to be a little louder, but nothing I seem to do works. Hopefully, when I get OBS or something, we'll be able to fix it. And I'll be able to, you know, broadcast it a little bit louder. So, all right, here we go. It's coming out of your speakers, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Because I got it cranked all the way up. So here is the story that I wrote. Fire and fury, the Trump threat to North Korea, or vice versa. North Korea is turning its eyes on Guam. Wednesday, that's today. With terms such as sea of fire and enveloping fire, North Korea has vowed to attack Guam with medium to long-range missiles. The newest threat from the small country has surrounding countries on edge for fear it may start conflict with much bigger nuclear-capable countries. The statement released from North Korean press said Andersen Air Force Base could be a beachhead, referring to a potential invasion of North Korea. This consideration comes after the sanctions were passed on North Korea as well as a couple other countries. Kim Jong-un has also called for the surrender of the U.S. in an effort to show force in corroborating articles that I have found on the internet. On the 4th of August. This was met predictably by Trump flexing his own muscles and turning to Twitter this morning. My first order as president was to renovate and modernize our nuclear arsenal. It is now far stronger and more powerful than ever before. Hopefully, we will never have to use this power, but there will never be a time that we are not the most powerful nation in the world. Yeah, I know. Good morning, No Name. Yes, I know it's funny, but he did. There were about 4 or 5 different news agencies online that were posting articles about Kim Jong-un referring to, you know, demanding the surrender of the United States, and if not, there were certain mysterious packages that were going to be mailed to the country, as if the packages would make it past customs. Kim Jong-un is, I'm not saying he's lost his marbles, but there's definitely a hole in the bag. The tensions, which have been rising since Un started the test, has shaken financial markets. United States officials, and this is what I get for not proofreading, and analysts both have spoken against verbally posturing in return to what North Korea has said it was going to do. But it is clear Trump has no intention of listening to advice at this point. North Korea has been issuing statements like this for years and has done nothing. North Korea has been flexing its nuclear muscle despite UN Security Council resolutions, proving Un will not listen to anyone. Another statement released through the North Korean press stated all-out war wiping out all the strongholds of enemies, including the U.S. mainland. Washington has said it will answer with force if all else fails, but they prefer to use diplomatic actions, which includes sanctions. This statement and the aforementioned advice did not stop Trump from saying North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. China, a long-standing ally to North Korea, said this situation is complex and sensitive and impressed the importance of diplomatic talks and to maintain cool heads. Guam is a U.S. territory which houses a U.S. military base, the Andersen Air Force Base, with a submarine squadron, an air base, and also a Coast Guard group. I got to put guard in there. Jeez. There we go. Fixed. Got to capitalize the G. It is home to 163,000 people. Eddie Calvo, governor of Guam, said the island is ready for any eventuality and has strategically placed defenses. How far can a missile fired from North Korea go? Let's see if I can highlight this just on the picture so we can get a better. Oh, I can't see anything. You gotta love it when my computer does that. All right, let's see if we can stretch this out a bit so I can make this picture a little bigger. All right, so here's North Korea's missile range. This picture was taken from the AP because I'm not claiming this. This would have taken me a couple of days to do probably. So here is North Korea in relation. Short range is about 625 miles, which will place it bombing Japan if they fire anything off. Medium range is out here, which is barely close to Guam. Range is a little bit over here hitting Alaska. Intercontinental is 3,417 miles. So this is D right here. So we've got this here hitting Alaska, and they say it could also hit Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., Honolulu. So here are the different ranges for the different types of missiles. Privilege is horrible. So Yeah, it could be pure propaganda, but North Korea, Kim Jong-un and his father, they're really good at posturing. They're really good at bucking up. They're really good at, pooching out their chests and having all this really big talk. But for all the years they've been having this big grandiose talk and, all these threats and leveling all these threats, they've really never done anything. Dog syndrome. Because I am sure if they make any more motions to attack anybody such as the US or Japan or anything like that, China is going to have to think twice about being an ally to a small country who is literally trying to poke bigger countries to start a conflict and possibly a nuclear war. So this has put, China kind of in a bind, in my opinion. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. I found a lot more information this morning while I was writing this article. And I think around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am going to do a more formal live stream with a couple of guests. I'm going to have a presentation about all the information that I have been finding, and we're going to discuss this in a little more detail. Because even though North Korea is a small country, I don't think what they're doing should be dismissed. This is a dictator who, for all intents and purposes, isn't all there mentally. Hitting on a button to fire off ICBMs isn't funny in the least. So I will be putting together information after I finish my writing commissions for the day on, a more extensive live stream on this particular issue, because I think it affects everybody. All right, we're going to move on to the shout outs. Here we go. The first one, let me see how fast this opens up, because I got a new browser this morning, y'all. My computer's like, I don't know what you're trying to do, but the answer is no. Ah, damn it. Hang on. Kim Jong-un should return to his former job as Paris Hilton's purse puppy. I love it, Mitch. I love it, Mitch. Really friggin' love it. That is hilarious. Oh, please cooperate with me. My computer is shit. Oh, I know my computer is shit. Two of these are open. I doubt this is going to open, but we can give it a shot because I like doing shout outs where I show the channel. No. Is it going to let me open? Is it going to open? It's taking too long. Okay, screw you. All right, the first shout out for the morning goes to Big Dicko. This is what I call, he is what I call the trifecta of don't laugh while watching this video challenge, because between Magog, Drunken Uncle, and Big Dicko, who also does not only response videos, but shitposting videos and other videos of that nature, you can bust a gut watching those three in a row. And you can try and binge watch Big Dicko's videos. I've tried, but after about the second or third video, I literally can't breathe because I'm laughing too hard. Literally can't breathe because I'm laughing too hard. The next shout out this morning is, I'm a bit of a geek and I haven't nor the resources to try and find any comic books online. So I have a couple of channels that I follow to keep me up on what's going on in the comic book world. And I am referring to the Comicstorian. The Comicstorian not only explains comic books, but he goes through comic book storylines, individual characters, ensembles in comic books, and so on and so forth. He's really entertaining to watch. He's great to listen to. It's just an altogether really good channel to watch if you want to stay up on what's going on in comic books. And that's Marvel and DC, and I think he hits Image too, but mainly Marvel and DC. And is the beard that ate Toronto, as Red Robot likes to mention him, Marking Bad. The Canadian with a tood, as I like to say. He's all over Twitter, shit posting, arguing, and having discussions, and he also has response videos and commentary videos on his channel. So you guys go and check out Marking Bad. That third one is That Girl. Which girl? That Girl with an Opinion. Journalism student who is rather disgruntled about the state of journalism today. She has response videos, she has opinion videos and commentary videos, and she is a very nice person to listen to, and for the guys, I believe, she's a little easy on the eyes, too. So there you have it. Those are our shout-outs for the morning. Let me see if our Wednesday funnies are going to load up at least. So while we're doing that. Oh, yes. For those of you that are wondering, Damore, the tech guy that got fired from Google for not agreeing with the general consensus, is filing a complaint with the Labor Department for his firings. So he is fighting the fact that they fired him over having a difference of opinion. So we're going to see what comes of that, and we're going to see how that works out in the end. I'm going to keep an eye on that and give you updates as we go with it. So, yeah, he decided, screw this, and I am going to file a complaint with the Labor Department because I was unjustly fired, which in my opinion he was. Yeah, I hope he gets millions too. I hope he takes Google to the cleaners because this is ridiculous. You should be able to disagree with coworkers. You should be able to disagree with whoever the hell you want to disagree with if you don't like their views, without the fear of reprisals, persecution, or losing your job. This is when you go from having a democracy to being authoritarian to being downright censoring and creating a truly toxic and dangerous work environment as well as everyday life. I don't want to live in that kind of country. I want to be able to walk out my front door, look at a liberal and go, hey, your views suck, and walk back in my door without having anything to worry about. I want to be able to post anything I want to post on the internet without fear of being demonetized, without fear of having my shit flagged. We need to be able to say what we want to say, how we want to say it, and when we want to say it, without having people breathe down our throats, tone police us, and tell us that we have wrong think. Because this is what I think about wrong think. All right, here we go. Dump a day. Here's some afternoon funny pictures. Yep, and then you had your mad woman do your little rant for the morning. So you heard me rant. Funny picture dump. We're not going to go through all 36. We're just going to go through a couple of pages because I saw these this morning and I thought they were freaking hilarious. All right, here we go. Whine a bit. It helps. Oh, that poor woman. I left out the fuckity. When the label says alcohol may intensify the use of this medication, I never know if this is a warning or a suggestion. No, sweetie, life is what happens when you're waiting for your kids to find their damn shoes. Oh, how many adults can relate to that one? How many parents can relate to that one? Me eating on a first date versus me eating in a long-term relationship. That looks about right. If you're being chased by an animal, just lay down on the ground for 5 seconds. The 5-second rule will prevent the animal from eating you. I doubt that works, but okay. Me, I'm not a competitive person. Also me. Carol, get your shit together, Carol. The cat looks more like Ron Perlman than Ron Perlman. Holy crap. I'm going to leave that there for a couple of seconds because, gee whiz, the resemblance is striking. All right, here we go. I'm suspicious of people who don't like dogs, but I trust a dog when it doesn't like a person. When you accidentally say a curse word in front of mom, when you're in a public bathroom and you're doing stupid shit in the mirror and the door opens and the door randomly opens. It's me, the ghost of your old hermit friend. Kill your dad. When I made plans to hang out after work on Friday with a coworker, but now it's after work on Friday, and I'm like, damn it. Female dogs on Instagram are like, check out my new leash. So blessed. I'm pretty sure this would be my parenting style. This is as soon as we get home, mommy's going to spend some quality time with you. Vodka. Me getting ready to clean my kid's bathroom. Ugh. All right, here's a texting thing. How's Ruth? Not sure I broke up with her last week. Ouch, you're so ruthless. How long have you been waiting to say that one? I'd rather not say. Some moms are like, guess what, honey? I got the promotion. But I'm like, guess what, honey? I just went to the bathroom without an audience. Yay! Only parents understand that one. Only parents understand that one. I figure if I've taught my kids to tie their shoes, be good in school, and not to read the comment section on a YouTube video, I've done my job. Me when someone tells me I have to get up to go to work. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to be gone until late tonight. The baby's napping now, but you'll need to cook him dinner and make sure to change him every couple of hours. You got this? Well, sometimes I have to dig in the trash to read the instructions for mac and cheese, but yeah, I think so. I relate to this plant. Thrives on neglect. Me, hiding in the pantry from a murderer. Quietly tries to open a bag of chips. And she may not be able to find her cell phone every time she wants it, but give her Wi-Fi and she'll find the name, address, and blood type of every girl you so much as looked at in elementary. And those are your lols for the morning. So I am going to, like I said, put the stuff together for the live stream later on tonight. So stay tuned. If you're in my Discord, keep an eye out. I will be giving you the progress reports on Twitter as to how my stuff is coming along, how my work is getting done, because as soon as I am done with my work, I am going to, dang nabbit, you usually let me make it. There we go. As soon as I am done with my writing commissions, I am going to get on that other thing. So there we have it. That's today's show, which was only about a half hour long. Holy crap, sometimes it's a half hour, sometimes not. Who knows? I'll just keep doing this until I get some sort of routine together. Let me see. Oh, yes. Tonight, there is a scheduled live stream for those of you that like Liz Reptile and for those of you that like Quiplash at 9-ish Eastern Time PM, Wednesday, Cancer Quiplash. Bring your lewd, crude, and totally unacceptable jokes to either the live chat or beat everybody in when she gives the live chat the code and have a chance at play. Or shitpost as the audience. Your choice. So, see you there if you are interested in having a little bit of fun, cutting loose, and being completely inappropriate. Until next time, my friends, may your coffee ever flow, may your caffeine be ever strong. Have a wonderful and wacky Wednesday.